so I think.
It's me, Erin. I was asking if she could
Okay.
could hear us.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is our little Zoom info meeting to give some information about United Way of Eastern New Mexico and what is all entailed in joining the board of directors. And I just thought we'd focus on, I am recording this so that hopefully I can send it out to the other folks who may not be available at this time that I picked during the day randomly. So we're just gonna let our website kind of play in the background, but first of all, I wanted to introduce Misty Bertrand. She is our president of our board of directors. She's been our president since March last year. This is the time of year when we roll over to a new leadership team, sort of new. A lot of the members stay the same. Anyhow, I wanted to start out by letting Misty say whatever she has on her mind about United Way, and then I'll hit what I think we missed, and then we can have questions if we need them. Ready, go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Erin. As Erin mentioned, my name is Misty Bertrand. I am the general manager of the Clovis Civic Center here in Clovis, New Mexico. One of the first people I met when I started here at the Civic Center was Erin, and if you know Erin at all, you just immediately fall in love with her glow and her kindness and her desire to help people, people in our community, people in our state, people in the whole world. It's just infectious to be around Erin and to want to do good things. We are very, very, very fortunate that the United Way of Eastern New Mexico has had Erin at the helm for, oh, Erin, I always get it wrong. Are you at 20 years now? You're muted.
I think this is my 19th year.
19th, so pretty darn close. But like I said, Erin is a phenomenal leader for our organization. That being said, she has to have a strong board of directors behind her in order for all of the phenomenal things that she does through the United Way, through the suggestions of United Way Worldwide, but then also the amazing programs that she creates through our United Way for our community, things like the Reality Check Day or our Women's United group that has the Successful You Career Closet and the Game Changers Fund. Erin and the United Way were pivotal in setting up our COVID-19 recovery fund. Like I said, we are just so blessed to have the United Way of Eastern New Mexico here in our communities so that we can help others. And so board membership, when Erin first approached me, she told me about the length of the commitment, which I'm not going to scare you with now. I'll let her tell you. It's a long commitment. And at first I was like, oh, I don't know. But, you know, I thought back to college where I learned an amazing phrase, a lifetime's not too long to live as friends. And the amount of time that you spend on the United Way board helps you not only grow as a person, but is needed. And I'll be the first to tell you, the first year or so that I was on the board, I was gung-ho, I was super excited, but I was totally lost, confused. It's a lot of information. Erin is very upfront and forthcoming with information. There are no secrets in this organization. She wants everybody to be involved, everybody to have a part in the organization. And there's a lot of components that go to a nonprofit organization. That being said, there's lots of positions on the board so that you can find, you know, where your heart sings the most in the organization and help out that way. I love being a part of the United Way board, and I've enjoyed being president for the past year. I really enjoy, what I enjoy most about the organization though is working with you, Erin. So thank you for being amazing and offering me this opportunity, and hopefully extending this opportunity to a few of our friends who are watching now. So I'll stand for any questions, or is that good, Erin?
That was awesome. And I'm happy if anybody has a question for Misty. And of course, we'll talk about it more, and Misty can help answer questions that come up too. So, you know, so our United Way is a unique organization in the world and in the United Way system. I think most people don't understand how we're structured as United Ways. And so, for example, we're not like a branch of a bank. Like, think of some big national bank that okay? We're not like a branch of a bank where no matter where you show up, you can always get the exact same service with the exact same branding, the exact same rules, and the exact same everything. Every United Way across the world, and there's almost 1,200 of us, and we're in 600 countries. 600. That's not right. There's 600 outside the United States, but I don't think we're in six. I don't know. Anyhow, sorry about that diversion. But every one of us are standalone nonprofits serving our community, serving our local community, gathering resources locally to put to work in our local community. And that's what makes every United Way out there the strong, important, foundational piece of a working community. It also means that every community is different. And so every United Way is going to be different. And so while we share so much, we are also going to be very different. And so I just say that because the board of directors at United Way of Eastern New Mexico, this is where the decisions get made for how we operate, period. United Way Worldwide, provides training and research and the brand and all kinds of brand support, content, and also, they have a vision for how they would like this system of United Ways to work. This United Way, though, is going to make decisions for itself, and those decisions rest with the board. So I just want everybody to kind of know that you're really, truly making a difference right here and deciding what happens tomorrow. What does next year look like? What does 5 years from now in our community look like? Okay. So as Misty mentioned, and as you see floating up on our top banner at the top there, our United Way, we do a whole lot. So we have 211, and I hope everybody is familiar with 211. 211 is a 3-digit phone number that when you dial it, rings at a local call center for information and referral services for people in need. Okay, so when you dial 211 in our area, it rings at our United Way, and we staff that number, and we have our database full of government services, churches, nonprofits, organizations, you name it, and what they do for our community. So that when that caller says, hey, I'm trying to help my elderly mother and we need X, Y, and Z, where do I get that? Then we can check our database and check out what we know and say, okay, this is where you should start. And you're going to probably find that you need this, or, we help people navigate that challenge. And again, we're answering questions, everything from help me with my elderly parent to I think somebody's a victim of domestic violence to I need help with my rent to, what do I do because I'm homeless, right? So we're fielding those calls. So we answer 211 for not only Curry, Roosevelt, and Quay, also for 4 more counties, Debaca, Guadalupe, I'm going to say it wrong. No, Hardin, thank you. Oh my gosh, Hardin, Union, and Colfax. So we basically cover the northeast corner of the state, right? That northeast little corner. So we take up all those counties, and so we're referring people that call to resources that they can find, whether they're local resources, whether they're regional or state resources, or even 800 numbers. Okay, so that's one thing that we do. And then we've got our volunteer center. So we are dedicated to mobilizing more volunteer effort across our community, because at United Way and at 80 100 organizations that work in your community every day. It is volunteers who really make it go, right? They are the power behind almost any human services that you can think of. And you as board members being volunteers, like, that's, again, we can't do it without board members who are from our community, who bring their business sense to our board and to the boards of every nonprofit that you can think of. They all are guided by volunteers too. Our Volunteer Action Center, our prize, our piece de la resistance of our action center is our volunteer website, volunteerenm.org. And that website is a free place for nonprofits to connect with people from our community who want to volunteer. And we do a whole lot of hand holding and training and cheerleading and promoting of that website, in order that we can, again, mobilize more people to connect with the local organizations that need their passion and need their efforts. Right now, we've got our President's Volunteer Service Award going on, and I'll talk about that at the end if I don't talk too long, which I have a terrible habit of doing. Okay. We have our Youth Success Initiative. So back in 2018, our board really decided that, United Way is a great thing and we do great stuff. But if we're not careful, in 20 years, this community is going to look the same, with the same problems and the same things that we have to overcome. And our community families are going to look the same, with the same challenges they're facing today. And some of them are going to be in exactly the same place that they are today, if something different some different approach isn't taken. So the board, like I said, in 2018 decided that the best place to make long-standing change in a community is with our youth. And so we stepped out into a youth success initiative. We engaged our community over 2 years, and we're still engaging our community around youth success, and we're focused on 4 goals. 1, to increase in-school and after-school enriched programming. 2, to increase family engagement. 3, to increase access for our youth to mental health and substance abuse services. And 4, to increase the career and trade pathways that our kids are exposed to and have the opportunity to learn more about. So that's youth success. And we've had some really great, we've made some really great strides there. And the truth is, though, that is probably 20 years worth of work. We're going to still be working on it for a long time. And it's important that we're working across our community to make changes that make deep changes, not just surface changes. So anyway, you'll hear more about that. And then our grants. When you think of United Way, probably the thing we're most well known for is our grants to our agencies. So at United Way of Eastern New Mexico, we are funding right now 12 nonprofits in our local area that serve our residents. And we make grants to them based on proposals that they've given to us about what they want to do and how they want to use the money. And then they receive that money and they're doing great things in the community. And so that is like the biggest chunk of investment of what United Way is doing. So because now we've talked about grants, let's talk about grants. So grants are all about money, right? So really, when you think of United Way, the thing you really might remember most or know the most about United Way is that we're fundraisers, right? That every year we come around and we're asking for funds. And back in the day, we had a thermometer and it was all about how much money we had raised and all this stuff. As you can see, we're way more than just a community fundraiser. The truth is, though, that everything you hear me talking about is only because our local communities give, because all that you see us talking about are funded and made possible by the donations of our local community. And so that plays a huge role in not only the function every day at United Way, also the function every day of our board, right? Our board spends a whole lot of time thinking and talking about where the money is going to come from, how we're going to raise the money, and how to do more with the money raised. So I just want to say out loud that it's a challenging time for fundraising in our world, and while we've held steady since 2008 with our fundraising, this last year we have hit a significant uh, snag with COVID. um, the truth is that we're going to get through this year, and I know we are. Uh, Going forward, though, we need to be innovative and have great execution on great plans that raise more money, because we've been raising the same $500 to $550,000 every year, and that means we can only do the same things we've ever done. But I have to ask you, have all your expenses stayed the same since 2008? Right? Yeah, no. Like, just name any item in your mental budget of your family or your business, and you can remember how much it's increased in the last, holy moly, 2008, that's like 12 years. Anyway, so that's a long time to be raising the same amount of money. And that is going to be our downfall if we don't take that into another direction. And so just like every business is always looking to grow its customer base, grow its, um, grow the sales, right? The products that they sell, grow the income, right? That is a reality at United Way. And so we're looking for people to join our board who understand that, who bring their best business-minded decision making to the table, because guess what? United Way is a business. We, like I said, think of all the line items in your personal budget or your business budget, and we have all those same line items, insurance and software and mileage reimbursement and printing and technology. And I mean, all those, everything that you ever spent money on in your business, we have to spend money on too. So that's why we, again, really value our board members for what they can bring to the table in expertise, in community championship, in community contacts, in ability to spread the word about United Way. Because I promise you, nobody ever gave to United Way who hadn't heard about United Way, right? So there's that. And there's more projects too, but we won't hit everything. Okay. And so I wanted to show you really quick. This is our current board of directors. We have our standard board size is 15. And though last year we merged with Quay County United Way. Quay County's United Way organization was a completely volunteer run organization for the last 30, 40 years, and they did a great job. They also just got really tired, and just like business expenses never get less, business red tape and the need for documentation and that accountability, that never gets less, right? So United Way Worldwide is always looking to make sure that every organization in the system is running a really good shop, right? That we're really doing good work with good business practices, and we're meeting the needs of our communities. and doing it the right way. Well, the way that we do that, we can prove that we do that is through audits and other things that we do, reporting that we make to United Way Worldwide and other places that show that, yeah, we're handling ourselves right, and we're following good business practices all the way around, and that we run a transparent organization. And anyway, the Quay County folks, it became a little more than they could handle from just a volunteer type of standpoint. So anyway, this is our first year to welcome members to our board from Quay County. So that's going to be on our agenda for a lot of this year, is, thinking about how to work Quay County into our everyday operations, making sure we're serving Quay County, changing our documents to include Quay County. So anyway, so those are some of the things on the horizon of what's going on that you can probably expect. All right. So I'm going to stop talking for a second, because like I said, I will talk the whole time if we're not careful. So number one, Misty, is anything I said pop something up in your head?
You didn't tell them the length of the board membership.
Oh, all right. You want to know the rules. Okay. So at United Way Board, number one, we need you. We need your presence. We need you to bring your A game. And the number one place that your presence is needed and required is at our board meetings. So every month we hold a board meeting. Those are typically the fourth Friday of the month. They're from noon to 1, although noon to 1:15 is safer if you're going to put it on your calendar. We're definitely in Zoom mode. As you can tell, I'm coming to you from my home. We've been remote since March 13th. So, that's probably not going to change anytime soon, just because it's working, and bouncing back and forth is too confusing. So we'll just wait for everything to get really open before we totally commit. Also, I think what's great, honestly, about having almost 12 months of Zoom is that I think we've gotten way better at this whole people from anywhere able to communicate together thing, right? So anyway, so board meetings every month. The board term is 1 year term, or a 1-term board member is a 3-year board member. The second term is another 3 years, and we encourage everybody to do 2 terms. As Misty said, there's so many moving pieces here. It takes a little time to just truly get your feet wet and truly get a handle on, how's this work? What kind of innovations you can see that might work, right? So yes, 3 years is what we're asking for you, but what we're really asking for is for 6 years, if you can do it. Not everybody makes it that long. I was going to say something else. Now I can't remember. Felicia, did you have a question? I thought I saw your, no.
Erin, what positions do we have coming open? How many per county?
Oh, thank you. So right this second, like I said, this is the time of year when we have positions open and we transfer in new leadership within the board. So right now we're looking for a Roosevelt County position, 1 person from Roosevelt County, 1 person from Curry County, and 3 people from Quay County. Because as you can imagine, we've got 9 people from Curry County and 4 people from Roosevelt County already. And this is our first year adding Quay. So that's why they've got the bulk of the seats open. And it just, how many board members we have open at a time is just totally dependent on, what year everybody came on, whether anybody leaves early. So there's usually some movement within the board during the year at some point. Because, as life goes on, people take new jobs, people move out of the area, people have babies and all kinds of things, life changes, and we totally understand that. And so, like I said, right now we have just 1 slot for Curry, 1 slot for Roosevelt, and 3 for Quay that we're filling in. Though probably we might have another slot move open later in the year. All right.
One last question. So what is the process if anyone watching this is interested in applying for the board?
So we, hopefully anyone who I'm sending this to also received the board member application. And so that's the first step. When we have your board member application, then we'll present it at the board meeting to vote on members. And so that's really needed. So if you haven't turned, if you haven't turned that in yet, you need to. Our board meeting is tomorrow. So we hopefully will be filling, if not all these slots, some of them tomorrow. Definitely if we will let you know one way or another. So if you submit an application and you are selected, we're definitely going to reach out to you. If you submit an application and you're not selected, we'll definitely reach out to you. So it's not going to be an unknown thing hanging out there.
And Erin, if I can add something on that. So as you stated, there are limited positions available on the board, but there are an abundant amount of opportunities to get involved with the organization, and then, to see, like I said, where you really fit in, and then later on maybe come back and apply for another board position. So I just don't want anyone to be discouraged if you're not selected for the limited seats that we have. We'd love for you to be a part of the United Way. Check out volunteerenm.org. Check out the great programming that hopefully will be coming back through Reality Check Day, through volunteers needed through the Successful You Career Closet. And don't forget to give. Like Erin said, we really need to figure out a way to fundraise more funds to help more people. And we'd love for you to be on board with that with us. So thanks, Erin.
Yep, absolutely. And so let me just say too, like if while I was talking, like, for sure, if anything stood out to you of interest that I was talking about, 211 or the VAC or the Youth Success or Reality Check Day or the Successful You Closet, or, if anything, and I encourage you to go through our website. We have the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. We have an advisory committee for that. So those are non-board members who participate in that project. Our 211 and Volunteer Action Center has an advisory committee that meets once a month. Most of those people are not on the board. We have our anyway, can't remember what I was going to say, but almost anything that we do, we need more input on, right? We need more help with. And so, yeah, please don't be discouraged if a board slot is not immediately open right now. Your interest in United Way is super important, and we only, I don't know, there's 3 full-time people at United Way, myself included, and 3 part-time people at United Way. And I promise you right now that nothing that gets done could get done if it was just us doing it. So you are needed. So, all right, anybody else have questions? Do you want me to stop recording and then you could ask a question? Why don't I do that? I'm going to stop recording if I can figure that out. Give me a second.